Hello and welcome to Do's in Tamriel, Episode 4. My name is Scarydrew, and here with me today is, as always, Scarydoo.
His given name is not Scarydrew. His parents did not name him that. That is his handle.
Yes, that is my handle. But we are both Do's, even though she is Scarydoo.
It's true, we're dudes in Tamriel.
And today we are in the public test server because the new 1.6 update has now been patched onto the test server. And this includes a whole bunch of changes, which basically is changing the game at this point. It's a whole new game now.
I am overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff to check out and to learn. There's, your horse skill is now a character skill rather than per individual horse. You have the new champion system, which I'll display right here. And here is the new champion system. And also, there is the new justice system. You'll notice that a lot of the NPCs around here now have health bars. And that is because you can now murder and steal from a lot of these NPCs and guards as well.
Fair warning, the only thing I plan to do in the game anymore is just murder everything.
Well, you'll have to do it without getting caught, because otherwise the guards are going to come after you and kill you.
Oh, that's true.
Well, and although this is not introduced yet, part of the justice system will be the enforcer side, which will be coming in a later update, where other players will in fact act as guards and be able to catch you as well, and then hunt you down and murder you there as well.
I was gonna say, and then I can still murder them. You're finding me, right?
No. I will come get you right now.
Thank you.
I will ride my horse to you.
I'm standing over here by the way shrines.
That's alright. I will come get you. And today we're going to look at the champion system a little bit. With the public test server, you're able to create a template character at max level, VR14, and with that it gives you, it gives you what should be 70 champion points, but I'm looking here, and I have 136 champion points, so I'm not sure why I have that many, probably for the sake of the test server, but when this goes live, the max you will be able to get initially is 70 points if you have a max level character or multiple almost max level characters, and then you can just gain them 1 point at a time for every 200,000 experience gained. But it looks like in the test server I do have a whole lot more than that. Like I said, I have 136 here, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this first real quick. It's split between these three categories, which is the mage, the thief, and the warrior. And you'll see here under the mage's influence, under the thief's influence, and then under the warrior's influence. So your first point, I believe, goes to the warrior, and then the next one goes to the thief, and then to the mage. So you can't, if you get your first 70 points, they're going to be evenly split between these three. And then as you gain 1 point at a time, it's going to add 1 to here, 1 to here, and then 1 to here. So 1 in the warrior, 1 in the, and then the next one you'll get a point in the thief, and then the next one you'll get in the mage, and then if you get another point, it'll go back to the warrior, and so on. So when you get your 70 points, you're not going to be able to dump them all into one area, which is nice because it forces you to spread the points out. This is the first time I'm seeing this graphic, and it is fantastic as it goes around the wheel. That's really cool. Are you seeing this?
It looks great. I saw it a little bit when I was checking it out, trying to understand things because I'm slow, and it does look amazing.
So some of the things in here, you have reduced stamina cost of dodge rolling, roll dodging, apparently they call it. Reduce magicka cost of spells, reduce stamina cost of spells and abilities, increase inspiration gain, improve your mastery with mounts, removing all stamina costs outside of combat. Some of these are some pretty nifty skills, but obviously these higher ones you can't unlock them until you reach a higher level. It looks like it says the Lord rank 10, so it looks like you got to put 10 points in this constellation in order to unlock this one, and then 75 points to unlock revival, and so on. Absorbs 1620 damage over 5 seconds. That's pretty decent. And so you'll see, we're not going to go into detail. There's a lot of different websites that are going to covered all these in detail, and you can just Google and look them up. Deltiasgaming.com has a ton of guides on everything Elder Scrolls, including this update, and I've seen he's already been in the PTS and uploaded a lot of information onto his website. So you can go to deltiasgaming.com to check out, free plug for you, Deltia. You can check out a
like
lot
he
more.
needs it.
Oh yes, exactly. You can check out a lot more of the detailed information. So we're just kind of giving a rundown here, and I'm going to go ahead and put some points just to give you an idea of what it'll look like. Increase your flame, frost, and shock damage as a destruction staff dragon knight. This is going to be very nice. So it's the test server, so I'm just going to vengeance is unlocked when I do that. And here's increased spell critical, so I'll put some points in that as well.
So as you can see, neither of us practiced or prepared at all. It's all us learn, which is, it's a good way to show the learning process.
Well, and that's kind of the point, is I want it to be fresh for us as well.
Let me know if I should be doing this and what I should be doing.
What I'm going to have you do while I'm doing this and showing some of this stuff is, ZOS actually posted on their forums for Update 6 in the PTS, testing suggestions and feedback wanted. And they actually cover some of the key areas where they're looking for bug fixes. And I like that they did this. In fact, this can lead into our first discussion topic.
My printout is phenomenal, by the way.
It did say it was running low on ink. I'm sorry, I didn't even look at it.
No, that's okay. It's for everyone who couldn't see that, which you couldn't. The ink ran out and made stripes on the paper, and that's all I got.
Just a side note here on this champion system, I just noticed that I can hit F to redistribute points. And it looks like it's only 100 gold to redistribute the points, and it looks like that's only for this constellation. But I find that to be kind of interesting, because that's a really low cost, and they had mentioned that initially they want the cost to be low for redoing your champion points, because it's a new system, and they want people to be able to experiment with it. And
that's
you know
what?
what?
Of a test server.
This spell position is actually just unlocked. You don't put points into it. That's one of those passives they were talking about that just unlocks.
Are you saying that as you put points into certain things, other passives that are related to it unlock? Is that what you're telling me?
What I'm saying here is these bottom 4 here, you'll see, you can put as many points as you want into these. I think there is a limit of like 100 or 200 points, but you could basically put a ton of points in there. Well, this one up here unlocks at rank 10.
Okay.
So once you put 10 points into any of these, or 5 in this one, 5 in this one, or whatever, a total of 10 points, it unlocks this.
Okay.
I thought this was another one you could put points into, but this is one of those just passives. I mean, technically they're all passive.
I guess that's what I was kind of asking.
This you don't actually put points into, you just get it when you have put enough points into that tree.
So what you're saying is, in response to my question, yes.
Yes. Pretty much.
Okay, cool. No, it's good to know.
Okay, so there's that. Okay, so ZOS went ahead and...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to look at this? You'd probably...
Oh, no, I don't need to look at it. Well, I can look at this one here. I can see it well enough. And
not page 2.
Well, kind of. And like I said, that'll lead us into one of our discussion topics of people actually playing in the PTS, because... as far as I know, they have not done this before. I have not been very active as far as the forums or the public test server, so it may just be something that I was unaware of, but I really like that they break down what a lot of the issues are that they're looking for, what are a lot of things they want tested to find issues in, and it really helps narrow down what the players should be doing in order to help them fix the bugs, and I like seeing them work with us on that. So it's not just putting the impetus on us to figure it out as we go or whatever.
Well, and this is with a cursory glance, so I might be wrong, but it doesn't just look like... I mean, obviously the main purpose of the PTS is to test the bugs, or to test for bugs, but I'm also kind of getting the impression that this helps people kind of fully experience everything as well. Like, it's a good guideline for all the different things that... I don't know, perhaps you would miss, or just a good way to go through gameplay, and I might be making that up, but I think you're looking at points there, aren't you?
Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah, and
this is a really interesting, comprehensive list.
Well, and I think this helps with one of the issues, and that was one of our topics, is activity in the public test server has always been an issue. And one of the things that I've noticed here is that there are a ton of people in the public test server right now.
Yes.
There are not just people playing, there's tons of people streaming the public test server. There's so many different things that you're restricted on what you can do in the test server when there's not other people around.
I have seen a number of naked people using their new characters in here.
And so, I'm going to put this all into magic regeneration, I think. I'm sorry.
The lover.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Loving the do.
Loving my do.
And so, one of the complaints was that they don't offer any sort of incentive for doing so. That's the champion system there, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out. I put a bunch of points in, and that's basically all we're going to cover on the champion system. I guess I could cover the details of it, but I'll finish this thought first.
Yeah, I asked like 45 minutes worth of questions earlier and then repeated my questions because I'm really stupid and didn't get it, but I think I get it now.
And so, a lot of people said, well, why should we be unpaid video game testers with no incentive whatsoever? And they're right. I mean, they should offer a vanity pet, a vanity mount, a costume, something to incentivize people to come in here instead of just doing it just because. They didn't offer that this time, but I think that in the past, the updates have been new high-level in-game content, like Craglorn, Upper Craglorn, the Trials, the Serpent Trial, Dragonstar Arena, and in Elder Scrolls Online, unlike other MMOs, there is a large player base of Skyrim, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls fans, single-player fans, that aren't playing in-game MMO-style playing. And I feel like previous updates have not included anything for those people to test out. There was nothing exciting or anything. I feel like when the DICE system came out, that got more people into the public test server than it normally would because people were excited for that, and that's something for all levels. I feel like another issue was that the character copying was not there. You could not use your normal live character in the public test server.
Yeah, that would be extremely annoying.
Yeah, and you can do that now.
I'm
gonna go ahead.
Here we are with your weird red hair and red beard. Do I need to do anything with Horse Lady here?
Well,
should I add to anything right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and cover that. So part of this update is the mounts are now vanity only. You could ride any mount. They do not have different characteristics, and your riding skills, your speed, your bag space, and your stamina are now a character skill. Now, it's not account wide, so you will have to level this up on each character. My main character has 30% here, 20% here, and so on, but you'll see these are all zeros because I haven't leveled them up on this character yet. But what's nice about this, you can go ahead and put it into whatever you want. I'm just going to put it into capacity.
I was going to do the same thing.
And so it's the same idea as training your horse. It costs 250 gold. It takes 20 hours per train. One thing is they increased the amounts. Speed, stamina, and capacity now go up to 60, whereas before they topped out at 50. And before, they topped out at 50 total. So you could do 20 bag space, 20 stamina, and 10 speed. Or whatever. Now you can do 60
each now?
of all three.
Oh.
And the best part about this, aside from the fact that you can now ride on any mount that you want, is that you don't have to switch mounts for your bag space. And oh my god, thank you, Zos, because bag space has been such a huge issue in this game. From day one,
it is.
Even in the beta. You know what they started you at in the beta? 30 bag slots. You start with 60 now. So they've had to make changes like this.
I can't imagine the level of bitching that came along with that.
Oh, it's, in a game like World of Warcraft, you got a bank tab that was per character. So first of all, you didn't just get one bank for your entire account. It was per character. And on top of that,
let's do something while we talk here.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over. On top of that, you had like 50 slots on one page, and then you could add other pages to your bank slot, and you could add another character, and then you have a whole new set of bank slots.
Right.
Bag space was not a huge issue in that game.
Yeah.
So now you have that, where you can have your speed, your stamina, and all your bag space. And one of the things with that is that you have now all of your bag space freed from costumes, pets, and mounts. if you hit U is the key to open it, which I believe is for UI or something like that.
It's for unicorns.
And so you'll see here I have my costumes here, and I can actually double click on it to use it, which is a nice feature that you don't have to put it in your quick wheel or open up your bag to do so. It's easier to find it. And I'm going to go ahead. I
struggle to click on the quick wheel. I do. I'm so bad.
Well, it's because you're not supposed to click. You're just supposed to let go of Q. And then you have
I should do that.
You have your pets here. I didn't even know I had a Razix. Oh, that's the Dwemer spider.
I was gonna say, do you have more than I do, or am I just misremembering? You do.
Yes.
Why do you have?
I have the Hound from when I bought the Nord figurine.
Oh, damn you! Okay.
And I have one other. It looks like I have. Oh, see, this is a new one.
Why don't you show off your Nord figurine that got you the Hound?
Yes, I do have it right here, and this is the Nord from the trailer that they just launched. There's my Nord right there.
You can't see him at all.
Oh,
but this is lagging. That's
yeah,
why.
You're watching the stream.
I'm trying to watch the stream. And
There's
it's like
the Nord.
30 seconds behind.
And I'm sure you've all seen it. And that trailer was fantastic, by the way. We actually, I pulled it up on YouTube. Zoss decided to cut together the 3 trailers into one super trailer. And it was so fantastically done. We were joking.
That was an amazing trailer. And I don't like anything. I don't like things at all. Movies, trailers, I don't care. I suck at games. That was a really cool trailer.
Yeah, and you had pointed out, and I thought it was hysterical, that it looked so much more realistic than the CGI in the Hobbit movie, the Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah, they should have given him the budget.
You got Peter Jackson and hundreds of millions of dollars to spend on this movie, and the Elder Scrolls Online has a trailer with better quality of CGI than in that movie, and I just found that to be hysterical.
I wasn't wearing my glasses for part of it, and I'm not kidding. Initially, I thought that was it, and then I put them on. I'm like, oh wow, it does look good.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna, well, real quick to finish up on the horse thing. One last thing here, your quick slot bag. When you open up your bag and you hit Q to go to the quick slot, you now have a new tab of collectibles, and that's where all your mounts and stuff. So you can still put them in the quick slot bar for easy access. But while we're here in Davin's Watch, I want to do a little something that you're not aware of that's about to happen.
I'm not aware of so many things,
You need to follow me over
I am
here.
following you. I see your crown for once.
And we're going to come over here.
I'm horsing it. I'm horsing
And
around.
I need you to stand in front of me in front of this shrine.
Oh! Oh, you. I would like to, but my mouse is like...
I need to ask you a question.
Oh, that's adorable.
Do you? Will you marry me?
Yes.
I did not stop kneeling on my own. That did it automatically. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and use the Pledge of Mara, because this is the test server, and who the hell cares if I use it on characters, although we...
I believe you a kiss in response.
You got to hit F to accept it?
You want me to begin the ritual, is what you're trying to say?
Yes, I do. And then... There we
when
go.
We get married
now we're getting married.
When we get married for real, can we just like float and spin for a minute? Is there a way that we
we'll
can make
set that up
happen?
on a pulley system.
I was gonna say.
So now we'll get that bonus to experience, which
do
is always
whatever
nice.
The magicians do.
And we actually need to do that in the live server for our for our Do's and Tamriel characters.
We do.
So we will in fact do that. So
we'll pretend it's like our 50th anniversary and we're renewing our vows.
So the last thing on the bag space issue is that they updated the provisioning, which I'm sure most of you already know about that. That they changed the way recipes work so that it cuts the provisioning items in half. But that's all I'm really going to say on that, because that's been out for a while. That the list of different ingredients and stuff has been out there for a while. So
you struggle to move around and talk. I've noticed.
I do. I'm sorry.
Or you like run around for like 2 seconds, so I think we're going somewhere, and then you change it. Which no, I'm just being an asshole and pointing it out.
Okay, so go ahead and we'll go back to the. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak around. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just while she's reading the testing suggestions and feedback, we're not gonna read through this whole thing. We're just gonna cover some main points of the testing suggestions. You can just cover a couple of bullet points. While
you're gonna make me read this out loud?
Yes.
Oh,
and then while you're doing
prepared.
that, I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna pickpocket someone.
I feel like the problem with that is I have a speech impediment and I'm going to sound funny.
That's all right. You can just read a couple and then I'll read a couple.
Also, before I start reading it, I do want to say that I have very mixed feelings about this because it's a combination of just a great idea and fantastic, and looking like dreaded high school homework. So would you like me to start with testing suggestions?
Yes, just read a couple of bullet points off.
I will. I will do that. The first one says play through a trial Dragonstar Arena or hop in Cyrodiil and try out the new abilities and game balance. Be sure to also pay attention to the new combat animations while you play.
Now, with that,
I'm curious about that actually.
Yes.
I haven't read this in advance, so
yes. This is pretty standard. They want you to do the in-game stuff. They want you to do the Cyrodiil. But one thing you'll notice is the reason that they highlight that, and that's actually the first bullet point, is because everything about stats, although my health... Oh, yeah, see right here, my health... I was looking, I was like, these look like normal numbers, except for I'm not on my vet rank 14 character. I'm on a level 7 character, and I have 3,500 health. That's actually more health than I had before on my vet rank 14 character. So... the reason they did that is they basically boosted everything times 10-ish, because with the champion system, the points that you put into the champion system are very small amounts. So this says by 14.3%, but that's because I have 45 points in there. So 1 point just increases it by a fraction of a percent.
So when you say they multiply it by 10, you're telling me that they're on the metric system and hate America?
Yes.
Okay.
And that allows those small incremental percentage increases to now have an effect, whereas a 0.5% of 20 is nothing, but 0.5% of 200 is now 1. And so they had to increase the levels of everything in order to account for the small incremental increases based on the champion system.
Yeah, just a better balance.
But just in general, the champion system adds so many new things to stats and skills and things like that, that they had to rebalance everything, and I guarantee you that is not done yet. They probably are very far off from having everything balanced, and that is exactly why they mentioned that in the suggestion here.
I thought you were... Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to find somewhere where I won't get caught by a guard.
Oh, right. Okay, because I'm enjoying
pickpocketing.
watching you sneak around, and I'm very curious. I'll be glad to read more when you're ready.
It says hidden, but the eye's open, and see my
Will
chance...
you ever be totally hidden? Why don't you try it and get caught and die? That'd be funny.
Well, I'm not going to die. It would just make me pay for it.
Oh.
I'm
with
just
our
trying to find,
much gold.
I'm trying to find an isolated NPC around here.
I don't know that there's much isolated right now.
Well, I have a 30% chance. I might as well just go for it. Let's go for it. Yeah, skill line gained.
That's awesome.
Legerdemain. Now, I had to look up what Legerdemain means. It's basically skill with your hands or cunning with your hands or something like that.
Okay.
So basically like pickpocketing.
Oh, I remember we were talking about that word, and I forget what we pronounced it as. It was something funny. It wasn't lima beans, but it was something of that variety.
It was Ledgerman.
Ledgerman, that's right.
We thought you were going to keep a ledger.
You're a bookkeeper. Congratulations.
Okay, so I stole from someone.
That's awesome.
It says you can sell stolen items to a fence. See, I don't see a bounty, so I don't know if that was successful and I just didn't get caught, or if I'm not seeing where my bounty amount is. There's my bounty right there. If you open up your character screen, it shows this. Your bounty is 0 gold right now. So that's where you can find.
Oh,
that
I see.
at.
Okay, so
then,
what did you get out of him then? I'm curious.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Go back to your bounty.
I got a dog training pamphlet.
Okay.
So
dog training pamphlet. I like
don't
that.
know. Oh, you know what?
Pets?
These are the items you take to the fence. Which again, that confused me when I read about that. I was like, "What the hell's a fence?" And the fence is the guy. He's basically the middleman at the what do you call that? The safe haven for thieves or whatever. Well, whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The middleman where they... Didn't you tell me... Now, were we conjecturing, or was this a thing, because sometimes I have a terrible memory, that they will give you almost like quests where they want you to steal an item that they want, and then they'll compensate you for that? I think that's really fun. That's a cool idea.
She's suspicious of me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Did it say suspicious?
Yes,
I missed
it
it.
said suspicious.
That's
That was
cool.
that's part of the update. Is they improved the reticle thing. You know, where it shows if you're hidden or not?
Yeah.
And they made it so it's more specific to the pickpocketing situation.
So can I try pickpocketing someone, or if I get caught, will it ruin our lives?
You can sneak up behind
so
her.
So I sneak up behind her.
And
okay.
then go ahead and try the pickpocket. And you'll see...
Medium,
and you
30%
just
chance.
hold E.
Oh, 50%.
There you go, hold E. And there you go.
Oh!
Skill line gained. Legerdemain.
Okay, now how do I check for what I got? Oh. stolen items. Here we go. I got a child's drum.
Yes.
So that's
and
pretty...
those are not normal game items. Those are specifically items that
awesome.
you can in fact take to the fence at the safe haven for thieves, and you can turn it in for gold rewards, whatever. And you know, I'm pretty sure they said that they were gonna have quests.
Oh, I didn't put on my Ring of Mara.
I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't, and I didn't either.
I just want to say that it's very me to have stolen something that would have belonged to a child. And I'm a dick in the game without meaning to be.
Hate children in the game, hate children in real life.
They're I mean, I'm not saying I'm great to be around, but kids aren't either.
Okay, so anyways,
I do enough whining for everybody. Let me know when you want me to.
Don't mention whining, because I could go for a glass of wine right now. I was actually thinking about that earlier, and I totally forgot. Next time on Do's and Tamriel, I'm getting drunk.
I was gonna say drunk episode this week.
Yes. Well, next Tuesday. Oh, you know what? And I didn't even mention that. The show is going to be Tuesdays because it's Doosdays, of course, because we're Do's and Tamriel. So it'll be Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific, every week. We were going to yesterday.
7 Central. I mean 8 Central.
We were going to do it. Well, that doesn't apply.
I know. I'm just joking around.
Oh no, it would be.
It would be 8 Central. It does apply.
Oh, well, never mind. My bad. So
Mountain time. Sorry.
we were gonna do this episode yesterday because we decided that that's gonna be our day of the week that we do it, our time slot, if you will. And thank you, Comcast, because
oh my God!
Just about every day, if not multiple times a day, and hopefully not during this stream, the internet just cuts out completely.
It hasn't yet.
And you have to unplug the modem in the router and plug it back in after 30 seconds or 10 seconds or however long, and then it works just fine. And then the next day it cuts out again. So we had the launchers open yesterday morning, ready for when we went to work. It would automatically start updating with 1.6.
Surprising. I know we are actually employed. I know we don't seem employable at all.
I'm sorry, just real quick. I have no idea where the hell to take this stolen item to, and I don't see anything that tells you where to do that.
I have 2 side notes. One, your weapon looks exactly like my necklace. It's the crescent moon with
it is.
in the middle of it. It looks identical to my necklace.
That's awesome. Except that doesn't have the gem in it.
It does.
Oh,
it's got a red gem in the center. Can you see? Oh no, it's not. Never mind. It's a band of leather or something.
Yeah,
whatever. Of leather. I'm blind. And also, I started laughing randomly while you were talking because the cats were being hilarious, but I just wanted to explain that.
Those cats.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
so we're going to try to find one of the middlemen, huh?
Yeah, and I don't even know where to begin looking for this. I have no idea where... it's supposed to be nearby the city. Is it this up here? This kind of looks like a... Well, no, that's just a rock.
So, dumb question. Is it that sometimes when you pickpocket somebody, you get items and sometimes you get gold? Like, I didn't get
You don't get gold.
Oh, you never get gold. Okay.
I don't believe. I think they were originally going to do that, but then they changed it.
Then what is this gold in my character screen where it says Citizen 0 gold?
That's your bounty.
My bounty.
If you get caught stealing,
okay.
It's going to make your bounty increase, and that's what you'll have to pay to the guard if he catches you.
Okay,
and
I'm
before we
aware
go,
of bounties now that I think about it.
Before we go, do find where the fence is. I'd actually like to demonstrate that because I saw it earlier and it was pretty cool. I happened to see somebody walking by that I could pickpocket right in front of a guard.
Let's do it.
And well, no, this was earlier.
No, I mean let's do it.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, there's a guard right there. I can see what it's like when you get caught. And sure enough, he like sprinted the 2 feet to me. And here's a guard right here, and here's somebody I can pickpocket, and I'm in direct view of.
So he's gonna Steve Wilkos you basically.
This is not letting me pickpocket. Eats to learn.
The guard is like walking away.
Well, let me pickpocket the guard.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, he caught me.
Yeah,
oh, no.
no shit.
Oh no,
oh,
he's attacking.
He's attacking.
Let's run away. We gotta run away. I thought he was gonna ask for a bounty. He instead attacked me. Let's get the hell out of here.
That is hilarious.
Do not pickpocket a guard. They don't like that. Whoops.
That is incredibly funny.
You know, he's not doing a ton of damage.
No, you have another guard after you.
I'm not gonna get away from this guy.
You have 2 guards after you.
I'm dead.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I really enjoyed that. I'm sorry you're dead.
I am now upstanding. I will no longer be attacked by the law.
I love that the other guard caught on like back up and...
No, once you have a bounty, It's like in Grand Theft Auto, any cop
Yeah.
you pass by will start chasing you. Like, it becomes where you have to get out of the city, and I have just shown how difficult that is, at least on this low-level character, because I did not get very far
And I followed along laughing at your misfortune.
So that was
great.
not a good example of showing you what it's like when the guard asks for a bounty.
But it was a great example of seeing what happens when you pickpocket a guard, which, admit it, everybody's going to want to do in, like, their first pickpocket or two.
Okay, I'm now disreputable. He saw me pickpocketing.
And he yelled
says,
thief.
Yes, you, thief. Okay, that's pretty cool.
He seemed a little underwhelmed. I'm kind of disappointed with
Okay,
him. You, thief.
I have a bounty of 22 gold. Let's go find a guard and see if he catches on to me. Let's go test this out.
Very
and see
cool.
Here's the guard. Let's.
So you don't. I'm sorry. You don't have to do it in front of a guard. The guy
Oh,
just
yep.
has
See, he
to.
just ran up to me.
Okay.
And it says, I am in an ill temper, so just pay your bounty and be on your way. Now, I could try to flee and not pay the bounty, in which case he'll attack and I'll die again because I just saw how that went. Or I can pay the 22 gold, which is what my current bounty is. Oh, I took too long. He's attacking.
Damn it, you
Okay,
have...
I don't know if that is
Those
meant to
guards-
be that way or if that's a glitch for the public test server, but make note of that, everyone. If you take too long to pay your fine, he will attack you, and I'm about to die. I need to
Make
get the hell out
note
of here.
of how unbelievably fast these guards are. I mean, you're trying to sprint, and...
And there's the other guard that's going to kill me.
He looks like when you had that character thing where you were just zooming around. Like,
Yeah.
they run very fast.
They are very, very fast, yes.
I don't know if you
The
could see it on
guards
your
are-
screen, but I'm watching them, like, zip through.
Well, that's how he ran up to me. As soon as he spotted
Right.
me, he darted up to me very
Yeah.
quickly.
That was hilarious. That guy had, like, horse level speeds at least.
This is really fun. I love this justice system.
This is
That
very
is
fun.
awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for the fence now that we've demonstrated what that looks like. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the testing suggestions. And going back to what we were talking about as far as the balancing issues, Cyrodiil's a big one for that. They really want you in Cyrodiil because that's where you're going to be able to test your balance of the skills against other players and their skills against you. You know, there's a certain amount to be said for the balance of killing a boss or killing an NPC and how easy or hard it is. But your real testament to the balancing is when you're in PvP and you're fighting and killing each other, and then you can get a much better idea. So they really want you to test that.
That's a really good point. Plus, you're really fine-tuning it and customizing it that way. It's such a delicate balance.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Well, especially with the champion system in place now.
That's
You know,
kind of what I'm getting at. It's just I didn't really think about how much more that will make your character customizable to what you want to do.
Yeah, now I don't know if there's a fence outside of every city. In fact, it might even be in the city as far as I know. I thought they were supposed to be within a short distance. Is this it over here? I don't remember this little tent over here. This might be it over here.
I was gonna say watch there at some merchant stand. or
no, there's a
something.
guard there, so I imagine that is not, in fact.
Maybe the guard is.
There is a
hypocrite.
merchant here. Let me see if I can steal from this merchant. Can you only... It looks like you can't, outside of cities, you can't steal from NPCs. Can I steal from this guard?
The guard is glowing.
Oh,
white.
I can in fact.
The guard is
Pickpocket the
glowing.
guard. Okay, so it's not just in the cities that this takes place. It looks like this guard.
Hello,
You know what?
Bars.
I'm just gonna let him attack me again and die again because I want to see if he will in fact chase me. Oh, that didn't work because I successfully.
You
Pickpocketed
successfully pickpocket the guard?
Yeah, and it even had a 20% chance. Now it's at a 5% chance. I like that too.
I do too.
You can't pick it. Well, you can pickpocket multiple times, but your chance drops every time you do it.
Well,
and now he's
also-
attacking.
now he's
so yes,
attacking.
even outside of the city.
That's
he just used the.
You just used your chain thingy.
Yeah, the fiery grip. He's a death knight or a dragon knight. Yeah, dragon knight.
I should just not talk. You were gonna say what the skill line was, or the skill was, and then I'm like the chain thingy.
Oh no, he just chained me again. That is awesome. I love
is
that they
very
gave
cool.
the guards the fiery grip.
That's great.
That is fantastic.
Well, the guards should be magical a little bit.
Well, not only that, but they should be able to pull you in like that. That's
That's very
perfect for what he's trying to do. Okay, he ran away now. So, okay, that answers that question.
So they can also leave you the hell alone
Yes,
after
if
a
you
while,
get
apparently.
far enough away, the trick is just, if you're in a city, the guards are everywhere. So the only
Yeah.
reason I was able to get away this time
Oh,
is
he
because
wasn't
there was one
swarming
guard
you.
out in the open. So
Yeah.
back to the testing suggestions. I'm going to run through a couple of these. Use your copied character from the live mega server, or use a template character to mess around with the champion system. So those of you who have a low-level character, do not be afraid if you don't have a max-level character. If you want to dabble with the champion system and check it out, you go on to the public test server, you go to create a new character, and while you're designing your character, in the top left there's going to be a drop-down that's not normally there, where you can select VR14 template. And that's going to give you a max level character. And what that's also going to give you is 50,000 gold on that character. It's going to give you a bag, a consumable bag in your bag that will have about 20 other bags in there, and those 20 other bags in that are going to have everything from the top gear that you can get in the game. So even if you want to just mess around with some of the high level gear, I'm notorious. What did I do?
What did you do?
Oh, I'm now
notorious.
I think my bounty went down for stealing from the guard. I went down to notorious.
That's
I
great.
was a fugitive. Now I'm only notorious. So I need.
That's cool that you get a status level there.
Yeah,
I like that.
I
just want to note, because I'm sorry, before you continue, regarding those bags that you get for the vet rank drop down. I did that and transferred some of it over to this character.
That's another aspect. That's where I got my 100 grand soul gems filled, because you can get that in there as well.
I wasn't going to say anything that important. What I was going to say is those bags are fucking Matryoshka dolls. There's like 60.
Yes.
You open a bag, and then there's 10 bags, and then you open those bags, and there's probably more bags, and it's quite funny. It's like they're trolling me. But that's all
absolutely the case.
I'm the one who contributes the insignificant crap.
I am not seeing the fence. And
should I Google for a moment while you run around?
We'll just keep wandering
Who's this
around.
purple-looking fool?
That's a ghost for a quest later on that we'll
Can I fight him anyway?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, we can fight him. He's already
Ooh, he's on Fuego. That guy's cool.
And, yeah, and I'll just read off some more of this regarding what they recommend you check. So yeah, you can go ahead and check out the champion system. You can check out some of the top end gear. It comes with a bunch of max level glyphs.
Comes with a lovely bunch of coconuts.
It does come with a lovely bunch of coconuts. It comes with food, potions. You get. I'm now disreputable, so now I'm at the lowest level of bounty, and my bounty is still 11. Was it 12 before? I think it was 12 before. So my bounty is in fact going down the longer I'm outside of Davin's watch.
You're disreputable, just like in real life. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That
was mean. That was totally mean.
And,
me too. We do stick together.
The bags have things that you. Oh, there's a.
Oh my God! What?
It's a mini dark anchor.
Okay, can we play it?
Yeah, it's just gonna be this. These guys will kill them, and then 2 more will pop out. 1 or 2 more will pop out, and we'll kill those. There's really not much to it. It's just
that's a pretty wimpy little dark anchor, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a mini dark.
It's fun though. It's a mini. It's a baby.
See, and these are the last 2 here. Just kill this little guy first.
I enjoy killing things.
And then we'll get this day draw.
There we go. Oh my God, I'm on fire. Okay.
And there we go. And it comes with stuff that you can use on your low-level characters. So you might want to create a max level template if you don't already have a max level, just to get those champion points. But then you also want to do it so that you can get all the bonus items. You can actually transfer the gear too. I actually took my main character, VR14 Nightblade, and I transferred the Ophidia set from Ophidia Sanctum, which is the best gear you can get for medium armor right now, as far as I know. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's better crafted gear or something if you're a min-maxer or whatever, but that's quote-unquote the top tier of gear that you can get. You know what? I don't remember there being a boat over here before.
Oh, a boat would make sense.
I wonder if that's...
I like how we're...
I'm not
just
sure.
pathetically trying to find this.
It may just have been that I've just never paid attention.
I do like it because I noticed a lot of the things that they provide, it seems pretty customizable. If I'm understanding correctly, you don't need to choose everything.
We can't even get to that boat. There's no way to get there.
That's how I feel around boats all the time. I'm just not rich enough to deserve it.
And so you want to create one of those templates. If your main character doesn't have the best gear in the game and everything like that, you can hop on to a template. And if I remember before, I got into the public test server, I think in update 4, and the template character did not have max crafting, and now has max crafting, which I thought was so dumb because I'm like, well, you want me to test stuff? I want to test some crafting or things like that too. You know, and I have all level 0 crafting. I'm not going to sit in the public test server and grind my crafting back up. But now
I'll catch up with you in a minute.
Oh, you're fine. That's all max level now. And like I said, you can transfer all of the almost all of the items to your character copied over from the live server. It gives you 50,000 gold. It used to give you 1,000,000 gold, but that's really irrelevant because you can basically just create the character, deposit the gold, delete the character, create a new template, deposit the gold. So if 50,000 gold's not enough for you, you can get more, and that's the same with the items too. If you want another set of gear, you can just create another template, delete it, and that's the beauty of the test server. It's not live, so they let you do a whole kind of all kinds of cool things. So that's why they say use your copied character or from the live mega server or a template to mess around with the champion system and allocate different points, and that's also going to help with the first one of testing the balance. It's not going to test the balance if you don't have champion points in, because that's what's going to really skew the balance.
I have information for you when you have a
Yes.
There is an outlaw icon on the map for an outlaw station. That's where the fence top is.
Checked that.
Well, that's why you're the one who runs around, so I figured I'd Google it because,
what
for
is
God's
the
sake.
outlaw icon? Is that there? It is. It is in the city. Okay.
Yeah, it said they're all in the cities, and there's an outlaw icon on the map to locate
You know what? It
the
looks
outlaw
like,
station for the fences.
Yeah,
so.
there's two of them actually, and there's one right.
Yeah.
You know what? There's one right by us.
So we're morons, and hey,
Deal with
shout
it.
out to Google.
All right,
And
so let's go
the
turn
cat,
it.
Ernie. Oh, Ernie.
Okay, so before we move on for their suggestions for the test server, let me cover, since this applies to where we're heading right now to the fence.
Yeah, I'm excited to
here's
check
your
that out.
Legerdemain skill line. The first skill that you can get reduces the stamina cost of sneaking by 10%, which is huge for pickpocketing because you're going to need to sneak around everywhere in order to pickpocket. You know what? It's in the city. I thought it was closer than it was.
That is a good point. A lot of people don't necessarily bother or suggest developing stamina too much. I mean, depending on what you're doing, but this kind of opens it up to want to, diversify your skill lines a little bit.
And the champion system does that a lot too. That opens up being
Yeah.
able to wear different types of gear, so you don't necessarily have to wear light armor as a paladin tank or whatever it may
Right.
be.
Do you have a problem with my light armor?
No, because you're a sorcerer. You should be wearing light armor.
And I'm definitely no paladin tank.
Yeah, and
I hope I don't die. I'm gonna die. No, I didn't die. I almost died. I don't know why I did that.
I don't even know where you're at.
Right here.
Oh, good. I thought you fell.
I kind of did, but not quite.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go in here. Don't talk to the. Well, we can talk to the prophet, I guess.
What's up, Prophet? How's it going?
Oh! I talked to a pack guard and I cleared my bounty. So you can. I think that guard approached me because I did not talk to that guard. So that guard saw me
That
and
is
made
very
me pay
interesting.
5 gold for my bounty, and this time I clicked it fast enough to not get killed.
I like that.
This doesn't matter. We'll just keep going and find the fence. So, here's some of the skills. Again, this is on deltiusgaming.com. You can Google and find it on many websites, I'm sure. Reduces bounties you're willing to pay to the guards, and fences. Now, that's an interesting one because when you have a bounty, you can actually go to the fence to get help pay it off. Because when you reach the... I forget what it's called. The third one, I just had it. Not disreputable.
Notorious? Or was that number 2?
I think that was number 2. And then whatever the third one is...
Thieving dirtbag?
Yes.
Okay.
And when you get that, you can't pay your bounty to a guard. They will just attack you. That is like on Grand Theft Auto, where you reach a certain point where running from the cops is not going to do it anymore.
You have stolen enough ice cream trucks and run over enough pedestrians that now the cops are mad.
How the heck do you get to... You know what? We're going to go to this other one because it's easier
This
to get
dude's
to.
just carrying a torch around stoically.
You know why? That's part of the justice system, because when you're sneaking, torches light you up. You can be seen in the torchlight.
That's awesome. I did not realize that. That's very cool.
Well, the
Thank
last
you for that factoid.
I think it was on episode 2 or 3 that we went where we had to put on that costume and we were sneaking around. We had to stay away from the torch people.
I remember that. I just didn't realize that it applied throughout the game because I'm...
Okay, it's supposed to be right here. I think
I'm a little brain dead sometimes.
I think this is it right here. This is the fence right here. And I don't see a doorway. It must be over here. No, that's the bank.
The bank.
I'm having trouble here.
I don't see where you're seeing the icon here near the bank.
It's back here.
It's right here. Yeah, I see it. Outlaws Refuge behind it.
You know what? It's down here. That's awesome. You have to go down into the grate.
I'm gonna...
Where are you at?
Jump down here. Coming up on you.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, you were...
Where are you?
You have to go back.
Will boo.
Go across the bridge.
Will boo.
You know where the bank's at?
Yes.
Go to the bank and then go behind it.
Womp womp. Sorry. I
okay.
thought I knew where I was going, but I should have known I was wrong.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll read off a couple of more of these. Stream and record.
Read off the last one on that list just because it's a cool, fun thing.
Participate in our scheduled in-game events on the PTS. I forgot about that.
That is so cool. We should
ZOS is apparently, and I haven't seen any announcements about this, they are apparently scheduling in-game events in the PTS to encourage people to come in, and I'm sure the events will be based around the justice system and things like that they want tested. Did you find the bank?
Yes, I see the bank, but your arrow. I did.
Yeah, go towards the arrow.
I was.
No, go the other way, behind you.
But your crown is this way.
That's weird. Yeah, you want to go up those
That's
stairs?
what I got confused about. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was like, I'm at the bank. This isn't behind the bank.
Yeah, and then in between those two buildings in front of you,
Okay.
on the right there, go in between those.
You go. Oh Lord, I just jumped straight into that NPC.
You can now jump while you're still, so you can just run against the wall and jump.
So
right behind that
nice.
tree. You'll see on the ground a little thing behind that tree.
Get off my horse. Oh.
And you go down into that, and that is
super cool.
where it's at.
Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted. You were talking
That's
about
all right.
them doing events.
And so, I imagine those events will be based in what they want tested, and that'll be a lot of fun. And that goes along kind of in line with the one I was just reading about. They encourage you to stream or record playing in the PTS, and let ZOS know. Twitter is a great way to do that. Tag them on Twitter at TES Online, and let them know that you're streaming. Give them your Twitch channel, and they will watch you, because they want to watch you play and see what bugs you encounter. So even if you don't report it, they'll be able to see it firsthand.
I don't know if this is a bug or if there's some issue with my inventory because it's not letting me in there when I hit E, so that might be a problem. I've been hitting E.
Try /reload UI.
One word?
Yes. So you want to stream in the PTS, and they want to watch you, so let them know on Twitter, tag them, and they will come in and watch. And then they have some feedback suggestions. The justice system. Did being able to commit crimes add to your level of enjoyment? I'm sorry, this ink cutting out. What was the most and least satisfying thing about the justice system? No, it's okay.
Okay.
So they give you a list of questions, and this can be found...
It's still not working for me.
That's weird.
So, bummer. Well, that's okay. I'll just experience it through you.
Okay, well, you could watch over here. I'm going to go talk to this guy, which I imagine is the guy that... here's a merchant. He says, uh-oh, no, you did not see me here. I am invisible and staying put. And I can buy things. Can I sell? Where is the items that I looted? I don't see the items that I stole. Where are those at? Are those quest items?
I'm gonna blame the test server and call it glitches. I don't care.
I don't know. I can't... maybe there's another person I can talk to. Here's an Adagwin. Here's a guild store. Okay, so there's a guild...
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a guild store in here.
That's cool. Can you? I wonder if you can buy other stolen items for fun.
That would be interesting. I don't know if you can. I don't think so, because these items you turn in. You don't really sell them.
Well,
you
did
turn
you
them
open
in.
up the guild store?
Here we go. Fence store. What else can you get rid? Where else can you get rid of ill-gotten goods around here? Nowhere. So let's deal. So go to this store, and it says fences can be found in any outlaw's refuge. Fences provide specialized services to the outlaws of Tamriel. You can only sell stolen items to a fence. You will receive a portion of the item's full value. If you find a stolen item you wish to keep, you can pay the fence to launder it. This will remove all evidence of a crime, allowing you to safely keep and use the item. You can sell or launder a limited number of items per day. So that does limit you. I will go to laundering. No, I don't have any of the items now, though.
Does it specify? Well, I know it doesn't specify. And by the way, I appreciate how you read that Northern California fast. That was hella good. Do we know what the limit is on selling stolen goods, and does that ever increase? Do you ever develop this as almost a skill line or a talent?
I believe there is a in the Laguerre domain. Successful pickpocketing chance increases the number of fence interactions you can use each day.
Oh, well, that explains the thing that I could have looked up my damn self. But I'm glad I asked. Maybe someone else had the same question.
Okay.
No stupid questions, right?
No stupid questions. So there's a lot of stuff on here as far as suggestions of what to look for in the PTS. If you want to go in the PTS but you don't know what to do, if you don't know what to mess around with, this can give you some good ideas of things to go and test and check out. Here's one. How do you feel about the revised AoE caps in the new Ultimate generation? I'm not sure about the Ultimate generation, but I know the AoE cap, it now hits up to 50 people when you do an AoE. I think that's what they're talking about there. Game rebalance. How do trials and dungeons feel with and without the use of champion points? How does overall balance feel in instance areas, especially Dragonstar Arena?
It just let me in.
Oh, there you go.
After you left it.
Well, there's nothing we can do in there anyways, because I couldn't find the items anymore.
Oh, that's bizarre. We should look into that.
One other thing is
we are ignorant
that I want to cover on this is there's a new tutorial in Cold Harbor. We're not going to cover that today on the stream or on the show, but
I don't think I knew this. Maybe you didn't tell me, or maybe I didn't.
It's you know, I can't imagine they changed it a whole lot because I love that tutorial intro in Cold Harbor.
It is very good.
I don't think there was many complaints about it. I think there's just some issues with. One issue I have is that they don't give you a bow to start off with, so maybe they added that in there. You know, some minor changes like that is probably what they're talking about. But go ahead and if you feel like just taking a couple minutes, because it doesn't take that long to do the starting tutorial in Cold Harbor, create a new character, just run through there real quick and see what the changes are, and make sure to give Zoss your feedback on what you like, what you don't like, what you would like to see different, and that'll help them out.
We should maybe do that next time, and if you want to, and actually,
next time we'll be in the live server, and we'll go back to our normal show of wandering through Stonefalls.
Never mind. This is letting me sell my item, and I know you can't see it on the screen, but I just want to put that out there that it's not working. It was glitchy. It wouldn't let me in the damn door.
I just realized what happened.
What?
The guard caught me and confiscated all of my stolen items. That's what happened.
Well, I don't know why I couldn't get in the door, but I am going to sell my items, so give me a minute, and let me just see. Nothing too amazing. It's just like selling any other item to a vendor. He's got super cool teeth. I wish you all could see. This outlaw sanctuary, whatever it was called, is extremely cool also. Now let me see. I just want to see what my options are with this fence.
Laundering?
It gives me the option of laundering and selling. What's the difference here?
Laundering was what I had just read about, that if you want to keep the item, you don't want to sell it, so that it doesn't get confiscated from the guard. Like I just did, you can pay to have it laundered, and now it is a clean item that you can keep just if something looks cool.
I watched Breaking Bad now. I know about the black market.
There's no real use for the items that you pickpocket as far as I can see. So it would really just be for fun if you wanted to keep it.
I wonder if at some point there will be some use for these things. I don't know if that's something that they're talking about or if that's even a good idea.
Yeah.
But that would be kind of cool if they had really unique items that you could only get that way, or that are low value but would be kind of fun. Yeah. I don't know. I'm making crap up. I'm not a game creator. If you want to pull up these testing suggestions and feedback, you can just Google search. It's on the PTS forums. It's from Gina Bruno. Everybody knows Gina on the forums. And just Google Elder Scrolls Online Update 6 testing suggestions and feedback wanted. Or go to twitch.tv/Do's and Tamriel. This is not a trick.
I don't understand.
I was saying that's where the list can be found, but
it's not
so
where
people would go to Do's and Tamriel.
Well,
I'm sorry. Boy, that fell flat.
I'm sorry, I'm so slow on the uptake there.
No, I'm a poor joke deliverer.
No, that was fine. It was me.
Oh, I went back in here because it said you were in here.
That's all right. I'm gonna come find you. And
it keeps telling me the crown is places where you are not. Like the crown is just opposite directions, so it's kind of. Like, I know I'm bad, but I can at least usually follow the crown as long as I can see it.
The last thing we're going to do tonight is
go to sleep.
Yes. It's along the lines more of what we usually do on Do's and Tamriel, where we kind of wander around doing the storyline and kind of exploring, almost in a role-playing sense. Not exactly role-playing, but playing the storyline. And one of the things in the testing suggestions and feedback was they wanted us to check out they did some more Delve expansions, the dungeons and delves, the public dungeons. They've already started in previous updates introducing larger delves and larger dungeons because people love those and they wanted them to be larger. That was the only complaint, was that they weren't in fact big enough.
They are super, super fun.
Yeah, and so
you're gonna have to find me, by the way.
I don't know where you're at.
I'm by the.
How'd you get over there?
I
went back to the.
I'm not kidding. I came out of a door. It's a door to the refuge. It's not just the ground.
That's another entrance.
This must be the other side.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll come get you over there then.
Sorry, that's where I exited. Ah.
So that's what we're going to do to close out tonight, is we're going to go find... Boy. We're going to try to find a dungeon. I know of one. I don't have my add-ons turned on, so I can't see all the map markers right now. But we're going to go check out one of the new expanded delves in Stonefalls. Stonefalls was one of the places that they introduced the... Where are you?
Your crown is right here, so I have no clue.
Hey, open up your map. Oh, you're way over there.
I don't know how I got here. I told you I
That's hilarious. Well, that's over where I need to go anyway, so that works out. So we're going to go check out the new delve size. It should be a larger delve, and there should be some new stuff in there. So let's go check that out. I'm going to see how to get to you, because you're way over here.
We spent half of this game with you trying to find me because my dumb ass wanders off.
Well, while I come get you, I did see a screenshot today, and it's not available in game, because if I look up here, I do see the Crown Store here, but if I click on it, it says it's currently locked. But I did see, it was Elder Scrolls Off the Record that tweeted a screenshot of the Crown Store, and it showed some of the pets that are going to be available in the Crown Store. And I was very excited because I had heard about the obviously there's the dog pet. They gave you a dog pet for the Steam order, and then they also introduced the dog pet when you bought the Nord figurine.
For dog people.
Yes, but I wanted a cat pet, and then I heard they were having a panther, a black panther vanity pet, which I was excited about because that's a version of a cat. I'm sorry, we can't go that way. Oh, we can go this way. That's fine.
I don't care where we go.
Yeah, let's just keep going this way. And then I saw the screenshot, and they also have a vanity pet called a house cat, and it is a orange spotted Bengal. If you don't know what one of those looks like, look it up. They're one of the most gorgeous cats around.
Why don't we tweet pictures of Sissy later?
We can do that.
We have one, so...
She is a dark brown Bengal, but she's a striped Bengal. The one that the vanity pet is going to be a spotted Bengal.
I will provide a photo of my old cat Mai Tai, who was a leopard spotted Bengal.
Oh, really? I did not know
Yeah,
that
she
about
was
Mai
very
Tai.
pretty. She was a bitch, but she was very pretty.
I'm pretty sure there is a delve up here somewhere. Yes, right up here.
So, I just wanted to add a quick apology that I'm sorry I'm the inferior do, and that my sole purpose in this game is to make terrible, embarrassing jokes that don't make sense and say assy things.
Well,
I'm gonna try to work on that.
You have a scuttler coming after you here.
Oh goodness, sorry about that.
A Quama worker.
A what?
A Quama worker. You know, I can already feel the power difference here.
I was about to joke the power by being an ass and interrupting you, and I'm really glad that that's what you ended up saying.
Well, with the champion points that I put in, I feel like as compared.
Oh, you can tell.
Well, and it may not just be the champion points. It may also be the change in the stats, the change in the skills, and everything like that. I
didn't touch my champion points.
I was going to say earlier
messing around.
That they had mentioned the new animations, and that's something that I've seen a couple of, and they changed a lot of the combat animations, and boy, oh boy, they look really, really sweet. They didn't change a lot. I don't know if they changed a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, that is something that I want to see the difference on, because, you know, I'm not too...
Well, you would have to know what it looked like before, but even
I have an idea.
Well, and even if you don't, they just look cooler, so you'll notice that things might look pretty sweet.
Although, awesomely, I do have to admit, only having low-level characters, and I haven't played through, even Cyrodiil itself is super impressive to me. Like, I am enjoying how cool-looking it is, and I know that's nothing new, it's just that I haven't played it.
You know what, this already... Yeah, see, this is already looks bigger. I think...
Oh.
Yeah, open up your map, and
okay.
you'll we're getting attacked
goodness,
here.
we are going to... Oh, boy, and we're right in the AoE.
Okay,
Outlaw Assassin, huh.
You'll see on the map.
I will see on the map.
You see this square area on the top here?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that was the dungeon before.
Oh,
so
they added this whole other layer
on
then.
the bottom left here, I think is what they added in.
That's
and
fantastic.
That is fantastic. I really like that they've been working on that. And they've already done that for some zones in previous updates where they've expanded the delves. They're just continuing their work on expanding these delves. It does take a lot of coding to expand a delve.
I feel like it's telling me to use Impale a lot more than normal. Are you doing something different?
Because I did not have a skill before that used Impale, I don't think. Or I wasn't using it.
Oh, because that's right, we repopulated our skills, so...
Yeah, and
I always love when I get to use Impale, I think it's fun.
I think I had it before, I just didn't use it. It was like fourth on my bar, and I just never got around to using it. Things would die too quickly.
We'll get on it, because it's a good time.
I like this. I did grab Searing Strike, which is that... I don't know if you can see the kind of flaming claw thing that I'm doing here. Here, you'll see it right here.
Yeah,
I'll do it on this guy. See that?
Yes. Yes, I did notice that.
I like that. I did not have that on the live server. And
what's it called?
It is called Searing Strike.
That reminds me of the steaks we had the other night.
Ooh.
Tell them about the steaks.
Well, I guess this is somewhat game related because of the all new recipes.
It doesn't have to be game related. I can't imagine a single person who is not interested in steak listening to this.
I wanted to surprise my dude with a nice prime grade steak, and I wanted to go to a butcher to get it because I've never been to a butcher to get meat before. You know,
we are moving on up in the world.
Yes,
you know?
we are. And so I found a market in downtown Sac.
I found a Bengal with a shaved belly. She just wants to say hi. Oh goodness, some cats just want to watch the world burn. Okay.
And so I found a place, and everywhere I looked, I could not find prime grade ribeyes, which makes sense because ribeye is a very flavorful cut of meat. You don't necessarily need to get a prime grade ribeye to have a great flavorful steak. And so everywhere I was looking, they didn't have prime grade ribeye, they just had choice ribeye.
Are you down this way? Yeah, there you are, I see you.
And so we went to a place called Taylor's Market, and the meat section, it's a full-on butcher, and I was looking at the meats and I found the ribeye, and I said, the guy asked me what I want. I said I want the ribeye, and he said, well, we also have this, and I didn't hear what he said. I said, what else do you have? They said, we also have prime grade ribeye. I said, holler. I have been looking.
Holler.
I have been looking for prime grade. I was pretty much interested in prime grade anything, but if they only had the choice, I would have just got the ribeye. But they happen to have prime grade, and it sounded like they don't even have it normally. It was just something they happen to have in that day, the way he said it.
I totally, when I said tell the steak story, was just thinking it would be like, got prime grade ribeye, tasted great, grilled it perfectly.
Well, I guess I won't tell the rest of the story.
No, oh no, I'm not.
He just ruined the rest of it.
That was. Yeah, no, it tasted terrible. That's why I wanted you to tell the story. You ruined $50 worth of steak.
Well, that's the other thing.
I'll put the pictures up of it.
Well, that's the other thing is that it was $50 for 2 steaks. I did. They're large. They were large steaks. I got. They were a pound each. Well, 1.1 pounds each. Because I figured if I'm getting prime grade, I want to do it big. So we each had a pound of steak each.
And anyone who knows me knows I'm a tiny eater. I only eat a little bit at a time, and I just sat there and ate over a pound of steak. Nah, I just ate this entire steak so happily. It was so good.
And yeah, I did grill it on the grill. Part of that is because we've had 2 to 3 months of hell at our apartments for what was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks of construction turned into 3 months. We had to have stuff taken off of our patio and put into our apartment, so we had a giant barbecue and patio furniture in our apartment.
I believe that the big Costco barbecue actually makes an appearance in like episode 1 and possibly 2.
I think it's in episode 1.
In the YouTube video, you should just watch it just to see the fucking massive Kirkland barbecue.
And then once
next to our couch that has been there for 3 months.
And then once you see it, turn off episode 1 because the sound is terrible, and I was just dabbling with this and I didn't know what I was doing. So
yeah, definitely turn it off.
Yes, and just start with episode 2 once you see
laugh
the barbecue.
at the barbecue. It's a good time.
Yes, but yeah, so that was a nightmare. They had horrible communication. It turned out the first part of the construction was done, and they weren't doing anything for another month and a half. They didn't tell us that, so we didn't know we could put the stuff back out on our patio for a month and a half. And the entire time, they kept saying you can put the stuff back on your patio as long as it's taken back out when they start working again.
I'm not hauling that Costco barbecue back into my apartment.
Well, not when they didn't tell us they won't start working for another month and a half.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind putting it back out and taking it back in if I knew it was going to be a month and a half. I just kept thinking, oh, they must be continuing it next week or something, and next week never arcane.
I have to say the worst part of the entire experience was that the apartment manager sends letters. And our apartments, they're supposed to be luxury apartments. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because we pay a ton in rent, and like we have a lake that goes through our apartments, and the absolute, I mean, they had to cut down our willow tree with our view. And the worst part of the whole thing was that the apartment manager sends these letters, and she uses apostrophes where they're not necessary. And I just can't wrap my head around not just using spell check.
I'm sorry, here's the, this is the new dungeon boss for Inner Sea Armature.
I mean, grammar check's been around since the 90s, lady.
Right.
I'm not paying this much in rent for you to just willy-nilly throw apostrophes where I do not need them.
Okay, there we go. Now we got the achievement unlocked for this.
I'm sorry
that
for
was
that apostrophe.
Zozu Zatharis was... I don't know if that's the same boss that was in here before and they just moved him, or if that's a new Delve boss in here.
Well, my apostrophe timing was bad, and I apologize.
I'm very curious right here, because this is one of the things that they talked about with the update. Yes, you can now grab beets. So I took beets, and I get
really,
beets. Here is an apple basket.
Real life beets.
When I loot the apple basket, I am not going to get flour. Boom, I got apples. Right here, a seasoning sack. Gives me seasoning.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is one of the big changes, is it no longer gives you random crap.
That is weird.
That is not what the graphic shows. It will give you what it shows. I love that.
Well, and they still have ones that are labeled sack, crate. So then they can give you random crap, but it's very
random, but this is a flour sack.
I really don't want. Yeah, I really don't want flour when I'm looting apples. That's stupid. And not to mention, I'm sorry, when I loot jute, I'm not getting torch bugs. I expect that, say I need that ingredient and I want it. I know that's not quite the same, but provisioning is a crafting line, and I want to be able to specifically loot the things I want without getting a bunch of crap that I don't need.
Exactly.
Like I said, that seems silly. I don't get something else when I loot jute.
It wasn't just that it was off in the sense that every time you looted an apple crate, you got flour. No, every time you looted an apple crate, you got flour, you got apples, you got grains, you got all kinds of salt. Well, you never knew what you were going to get.
Like I said, it makes it kind of hard to really focus your provisioning planning, other than you get a bunch of crap, you chuck the stuff you don't need. And that's not how the rest of the crafting material collection works. Yeah. So it just is kind of goofy, and I'm glad that they fixed that. It's not goofy any longer. It was goofy. It was once goofy.
Once it goes live.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, it's still goofy, but not in the public test server, so get out of that.
Yep. You know, I don't know if you knew this, when they're doing that, you can actually bash them, and it'll interrupt them and stun them.
You did tell me about this. I think you've told me this every episode so far, and I forget, and I don't mean that as, oh, stop repeating yourself. I mean that as, I am terribly forgetful.
Let's see if I can get this chest open. Boom. Let's see what this chest gives me. Anything good?
Yeah, I want to see what you got.
Maple Inferno Staff of Shock, and oh my god, I almost had a heart attack.
Huh?
Because I keep forgetting that they multiplied the numbers. It says damage 239. I'm used to it saying like 20.
That's hilarious.
It is better than what I'm using, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that on.
Nice.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get out of this dungeon. We'll finish this off here.
Yeah, we'll wrap up the dungeon and then head off, because it's...
So we'll go ahead and start signing out here.
I've already ruined people's lives with my boredom.
Yes.
Or my boringness, rather. I'm not bored. I'm having a really good time.
So, if you want to find us, you can find us on Twitter at Doos and Tamriel. We are, of course, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Doos and Tamriel. We are also on Podomatic. Just search Doos and Tamriel. And we have an RSS feed on iTunes and Beyond Pod, where you can download the audio podcast. Just again, search Doos and Tamriel. And you can find me on Twitter at Scarydrew86.
And I am at _burials, and although that sounds like we have separate identities, what's great is that most of the day we just spend retweeting each other at work, so it's pretty much the same feed, which I think you'll enjoy.
And you can also email us any comments, suggestions, any feedback whatsoever, anything you want to say, even if it's just you're a giant poop. You can email us at doosandtamriel@gmail.com.
Go ahead, sign us up for porn.
I haven't gotten any emails yet, so even just getting a poop joke.
Oh, have you been checking it?
Yeah, I check it every day.
Can we sign off with the muffin joke?
I will do it, but I will do it in my new version, the pickle joke.
Okay. All right.
So, this is ridiculous. Two pickles are sitting in a jar. The first pickle says, "Gee, it's kind of cramped in here." The other pickle says, "Holy shit, it's a talking pickle."
Okay, we're now going to end every episode with a terrible dad joke.
I don't know if I have enough of those to go.
Oh, that's what the internet was made for. That and porn.
Okay, so most podcasts I listen to do a final thoughts section. So do you have any final thoughts about this episode?
No, just jokes. No, I liked the. I haven't actually tried the campaign system for myself. I watched you do it, so I can't say I experienced any difference in power or anything like that. But it is awesome that you've noticed a change. And again, you applied a lot of points at once. But it is very cool that you're noticing a difference.
Yeah, and again, I applied more points than you will actually start off with when this goes live. It gave me 136 points. When it goes live, the most you can get off the bat is 70, and then you can start accruing them one by one for every 200,000.
Yeah, but that gives us goals. I mean, hey, reach for the stars. It gives us a thing to work toward.
Yes.
And also, it's kind of neat that you get to play around with it in the public test server.
That's a script.
Other than that, I think that I want to join one of their scheduled games, and I think all of you should too. Two of you.
I haven't seen anything about that, but I am very curious, and I would like to go to one of those myself. So, other than in this thing that they mentioned they would be doing in-game events, but I haven't seen any timelines or any dates scheduled for that. So, I'll have to do some Googling and keep an eye out for it. My final thoughts, I love the changes. There's a lot of them, and I have not yet seen a change. I haven't seen a change that I don't like, but one thing I still don't like is I play a night elf. I'm sorry, not a night elf. Wood elf. Jesus Christ. I was going to say
Your
a boss.
vet rank?
We're going to go do this Dark Anchor before we sign off,
Yes,
because
please.
Dark Anchors are my favorite
Mine
thing
too.
in this game. I fucking love
What
Dark
the hell?
Anchors.
My mouse lagged.
Just so everybody knows, and this has gone for months, not in a while because I haven't been leveling up in a while, but while I was leveling up, I was being a completionist and doing every single place on the map, every single landmark, and completing it. And
Damn you, I was gonna go.
part of that was while I was wandering around, those of you who know what happens with a Dark Anchor, when it drops, a very loud horn blows. And whenever I would hear a Dark Anchor horn blow in the distance, I would yell out, "Dark Anchor!"
Oh,
and
it's
then I
so
would
exciting.
run right towards it. And that's one of the things I love the most. We might get our ass kicked here, but oh well.
It's like how when I would collect jute, I would go jute, except for Dark Anchors are way cooler
I
than
really feel
jute.
like we're gonna get our ass kicked here.
You what?
Oh, we're getting our ass kicked here.
Well, yeah, but
I'm about to
there's
die.
a lot of guys, and we're
I'm
being
dead.
outnumbered.
That's alright. I do love all the changes.
Did you die?
Yeah, I died.
You're a ween.
Rezzing
I'm just
myself.
kidding.
The one thing they didn't
Oh, boy,
change
that's
that I
right.
don't like, as I was saying, I play, my main is a Bosmer Nightblade. For a while when I started getting into in-game stuff, and I've since gone more casual than that, I didn't want to get hardcore like I had, and since then I have gone back to my original build of purely dual-wield bow. The problem with that is I can't use any of my class skills, and the reason for that is that a Nightblade, a sneaking rogue character, all of its class skills are based in spell damage and spell power. And I have my entire setup for bow and dual wielding, and if you want to be a stamina using person, your only option is weapon skills. And some of the world skills or guild skills and things like that. But you can't be fully stamina based and use your class skills, because every class, all class skills are spell-based, and I don't like that. I feel like some of the skills, at least, should be based in weapon damage, based in stamina, based in, you know, your melee stuff, and I don't like that they don't have that in place, because it really limits you if you want to do stamina. That's one of the big problems I've found with the weakness of a stamina build. Although they've gotten a lot stronger these days, I would have liked to have seen, since they were revamping all the skills, all the stats and everything, I would have liked them to have seen them maybe put in some stamina skills. Maybe not for a sorcerer, maybe not for a Templar, but I believe a Dragon Knight and a Nightblade should have at least one skill line tree, probably even two for the Nightblade, that are based in weapon damage, not spell damage. So that's kind of my final thought, and one last thing on that is, that please get into the PTS. It doesn't seem to be an issue right now. As we were talking about earlier, I think that's because there is so much fun stuff to do for all levels. You don't have to be an in-game player to enjoy this update. And it's really going to help. I encourage you to not only get in the PTS, but use this list of notes that I mentioned, the suggestions and feedback that they're looking for, and we can, as a community, work together to make sure that when this goes live, it will be as smooth a launch as possible, and everybody can enjoy this game. And so with that, we're going to leave you with the very end of this Dark Anchor here.
This Dark Anchor.
And there's your ultimate, which was awesome.
Thank you.
Very well placed. I'm gonna.
Thank you. This Dark Anchor very hilariously just totally destroyed the whole final thoughts thing and turned it into a much longer thing than we intended.
That's alright. I had a lot of final thoughts about it. There was a lot.
Yeah, none of that affects
this update, and there's a lot to talk about and a lot to recap on. And there is.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
The Dark Anchor. And let's go loot our chest over here.
That was pretty intense. I couldn't even see what's going on.
I love the Dark Anchors.
Oh, I don't have my auto loot. I was like, oh, my inventory's full. That's why.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I think that's it
you.
for tonight. And thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for listening, those of you listening to the podcast. And we hope to see you again next time. Again, that will be Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central.
Dues and Tamriel on Twitter.
Yes, at Dues and Tamriel, and you can find us on twitch.tv/Dues and Tamriel. Again, that's going to be Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody.
Turn off the stream.